Hey everybody, it's Jackie from Motherwise, and today I am making a quick dish with leftovers. So I started making it and I thought, let's video that. That might be good. And I also want to tell you that I'm beefing it up with less beef. So let's get started. So the ingredients list is leftover pinto beans, leftover hamburger, so it's about half a pound, maybe not that much. I'm going to do a can of tomatoes, a whole onion, and a very large carrot. You could use 2 smaller carrots or whatever you have. And so with these things, we're going to make a pot of chili. Spices that I'm going to use, I'm just going to use chili powder, pepper, and salt. So what I've done is I've already chopped up an onion and sauteed it in some olive oil. And like I say, you can use any kind of oil that you have on hand. But I've already done that. And then I thought, I need to beef it up. So we're going to put some extra food in there, and I decided to put a carrot. So we're just going to chop it up, and I'm going to show you what I did. Stack these up, and I'm going to chop it across the top. 2 cuts like that. This is a big carrot. And then I'm going to go twice this way. So I've got pieces like this. These little pieces don't need to be cut. Just go cut a few of them in half. So now I'm going to take these and I'm going to go ahead and take my onions out because I don't want my onions to burn. And I'm going to saute these for several minutes. Okay, so I warmed up my pot a little bit and I put some oil down in the bottom of it. About a tablespoon, maybe a little more because it's a sort of a big pot. And I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a little sizzle there. And you want your pan to be warm. It needs to be not cold. A cold pan is going to make your food stick. Okay, so I've got all that in there and I'm going to saute that. Okay, so I sauteed these carrots for about 4 minutes. And they're soft. They may still have a little bit of a crunch, some of the bigger pieces. They do, but that's alright. They're softening. And then I'm going to add back my onions that I've already cooked. And now I have some hamburger. This is just fat. So let's just talk about fat for just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and add this and the juice. So I sauteed the onions in olive oil, and then I put some more olive oil in there to saute the carrots. So some people might say that's too much oil, it's going to be greasy. And then here's the hamburger with the oil. This it's hardened, this grease there. And I'm going to say that fat makes you satisfied. Satisfies your appetite. and it's good for you. Eat natural food. Eat real food, whole food, and go with that. So I've got these pinto beans, and they're going to go bad if we don't eat them. So I'm going to add, I want to add all of them so I don't have to throw them away. So this chili is going to be made mostly of beans, but beans are a good form of protein. If you have rice with them, they form a complete protein. So we're going to add these. So food cooking is about using what you have. I believe that in times to come, there's going to be a food shortage, and you're going to need to know how to cook based on what you've got. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add some of this juice, because this is good stuff. And now I'm going to add a can of tomatoes. I have a large can of tomatoes. Because we got a lot of beans in here. Not much meat. We've got, it has like a half a pound. So there's a little bit of meat, a lot of beans, a lot of, well, I've got one very large carrot and a medium-sized onion. I might should have went with a large onion with this amount of beans, but we're just going to go with it. We just need to eat these beans. My son is tired of eating plain old pinto beans. So this is what we're going to do. And I'm just breaking up these pieces of ground beef so they'll be smaller and more distributed throughout the chili. And it's very full of vegetables. Like I said, not a lot of meat. And if you had some beef stock, you could probably put some of that in there. But I'm going to cook this down. So I'm going to let it cook for a little while. And that way the flavors can come together. One. 2 tablespoons of chili. I'm going to do a teaspoon of pepper because I want it a little warm. And I could use like cayenne or something. I'm going to start with a teaspoon of salt. And we'll probably add some more salt. Stir this up. And this nice big thing is wonderful. But it's got holes in it, so you don't get the juice if you're looking for something for soupy things. Alright, so I'm going to put this on the stove and let it cook for a little while, and then I'll be back. So here's our chili. You can see the carrots and the onions, tomatoes, beans, don't think you can see the hamburger in there, but let's give it a taste. It's got lots of spices in it. I put lots of chili powder in it. It has enough salt and pepper. My son came in and he had some, and he said it was very flavorful. Had lots of spices in it, and he liked it that way. This is a great redo. And I beefed it up with extra vegetables and beans. And so I hope that you will try to redo your food. Take what you've got in the refrigerator before it goes bad and remake it into something else. It's the best use of your food. So I hope you'll try it, and remember, dinner's at 6.